This game, totally on me. Had a bad game plan the first half, and I put this on my back. My guys fought for me, got back in the game, had a chance to win, held them to 26 points in the second half, and we'll just try to do better the next time. But, I'm proud of the effort for the guys. It was a great season, 23 wins. Now we're going to postseason, regular season. Now we're going to the postseason. We're going to AAC tournament, renewed and with a fresh mind and ready to compete.
Hey, Coach, I know there's some more victories, man, but you guys put yourself in a position to win in the second half. What do you do different in the second half to put yourself in a position to win?
We switched pick and rolls, and they're so smart. They still kept trying to pick on Malcolm, and they got the matchup that they wanted, but we already knew that Malcolm, he knew it was coming, and we got a little too close to Shed. He's crafty, got around him and made a tough layup that put him up 2. And, again, we'll take that matchup because Malcolm knows. I saw it happening. He saw it happening. And, again, to Shed was a great finish.
Penny, result aside, does today make you – right here.
I can't see.
There you go, right here, man. Result aside, does the fight that they showed and coming back from that deficit in the second half, does that make you even more confident than ever going into the next month and what you're working with?
Yeah, when it comes to the moral victories, that's what happened in Houston because we didn't have KD. These moral victories, when you got your entire team, it's just a loss. To me, you just gotta get better.
Right back. But can you go through your emotions of those final few seconds? Obviously, you battle back in the second half, and Kendrick gets you that bucket. Calvin doesn't call a timeout. Just go through the ebbs and flows of those emotions with this crowd and how crazy the forum was today.
Yeah, the crowd was phenomenal. They gave us the edge. We just didn't come out swinging. We didn't come out fighting. They got 41 points in the first half. That's unacceptable with a crowd like this, with the momentum and everything in our favor. To come out and not fight in the first half was definitely disheartening. Second half, we fought the last few seconds of the game when KD made the shot. It was still too much time, and anything could happen. He made a tough shot, caught the left corner of the rim, went in, and it was definitely a tough loss.
Did you think it was a push-off?
On Shed?
On Shed, on the final play, or do you feel like that's a call?
I didn't really look at it.
Okay.
I didn't look at it. We have to be tougher. If it was a push-off, we should have stayed solid. We talked about this before. I don't know who was guarding him. I don't know what happened. I just saw him shoot the ball and then go in. 'Cause from my angle, I was on the angle of the ball.
And then could you explain where you mentioned to start off you felt like you didn't have the right game plan in the first half? What did you see going wrong and in terms of whether it was offensively, defense? I know you mentioned you changed some things defensively, switching every ball screen.
Yeah, in the first half we had specific game plans for Sasser and Shed, and we were giving up threes and they were giving up penetration. It was really we just didn't guard the ball well in the first half. We guarded it much better in the second half. But on the pick and rolls, we just started switching everything to kind of calm down the penetration.
Penny, just in terms of the day itself with the 72-73 team, I know the loss is what sticks with you, but all of that, how did that make you feel as the person who headed this program?
Yeah, proud of the senior class that's represented the university all year in a great fashion on and off the court in the classroom. The 73 team is special, obviously, because they made it to the championship team, and this is their anniversary year and 50th, and just it's great for the city. This is just a second game, in my mind, being a proud Memphian. The game that we played, Tulane, they were honoring Coach Finch and retiring Lorenzen's jersey tonight with the 73 team and senior day. To lose both of those games, it's just kind of like it guts you, when you're from Memphis because you know what those days mean.
Yes, Coach, great game overall. Is there any reason why we didn't see KO play tonight?
No, I just went with Malcolm, Chandler, and DeAndre. When DeAndre got in foul trouble, that hurts. Even though he played 30 minutes, got into foul trouble again.
How confident are you guys going into the conference tournament, considering you've played at a high level against the number one team in the country on multiple occasions, and given your resume on the teams that you've already beaten?
Yeah, the conference tournament is different. The season is over, so you got to renew your mind. You got to renew your body. You got to put your mind in a position where it's 0-0 now going into the conference. What you've done against them during the season, everybody's going to be hyped. Everybody knows it's win or go home, and it's a big difference. It puts more pressure on everybody. But you have to welcome that. To me, pressure is a privilege. You want that pressure. You want to go into big games and be accounted for and go and compete. So we'll be ready for the tournament. We'll be ready to go and compete.
Penny, why was it important for you to address the crowd and say that this team's going to keep on fighting for this city?
Yeah, because it's necessary. They've done a fantastic job of coming in and supporting us all home games, and you can tell on social media that they're really supporting our team. And it's important to let the city know how much we love them and appreciate their support.
Also, this is the end of a little bit of a chapter for you as well. I think back to that state championship for East that you were at, and you were emotional for that last game with that group. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of guys from that group who just played their last game here in Memphis. Can you speak to just the meaning for what they've done to this city, for this city, and for you to have this much time with them throughout this journey at the college level too? Yeah,
it's been a journey. The good, the bad, the ugly, the ups, the downs, and to see how all these young men have matured. Being with them in middle school and being freshmen, with Chandler and Malcolm and Jonathan, and seeing those guys just grow in the game. That they're proud Memphians that really want to do well for the city and for the university. In the classroom, they're all going to graduate, and that makes me proud. And they're going to be positive citizens in our community when they're done. And that's what's so important to me, to just go back and give back to your community. And the season's not over yet. They're going to keep competing, but when they're done, they're always going to, plant their feet here in this city and be able to do things for this city. So I'm proud of that.
In the back again, couple quick things about, when a week from today is Selection Sunday, and when you see that team in the other locker room is competing for the number one overall seed, and you guys are, obviously we all think you're in, but in that 8, 9, 10 range, anybody who puts the eye test on that game knows that there's not that drastic a difference between these two teams. Your take as you head into postseason play on how good your team is and where it deserves to be a week from today?
Yeah, again, no moral victories, but not too many people are playing Houston to the wire for last-second shots. We played them at their place without KD. Malcolm's first game back after 2.5 months, and Alo's first game back after a month and a half, and had an opportunity with 1:30 to go, down 5. We missed the layup. We had an opportunity for DeAndre to shoot a 3, down 5, and he fouls out, and then loses the ball, turns it over, and then fouls out on that play to give him 2 free throws. It's not a sell for me, but what it is to me, and I've noticed this, is the culture that they've set over the last 5 years is the reason why they get the respect that they get, and they just don't respect our culture, because it's not much of a difference between us and talent-wise with Houston. Their culture is unbelievable. They deserve everything they get, but it's not like they're number 1 and we're number 60. How they're trying to put it. We deserve way more respect than what we get.
And you mentioned going into when Keontae's injury happened that there was a hopefulness that he could play in the postseason. We saw him on the bench tonight with that wrap on his hand. What's his situation as you get ready to go to Fort Worth?
He has a checkup on the 7th of this month just to see if he's going to get the pins taken out of his hand and what's going to happen, and we'll know more then. I think he's looking forward to playing in the postseason. I don't know if that's a wish and a hope, but we'll see on the 7th what the doctor says. No. I mean the 7th of this, yeah. Yeah, if the pins come out, then it makes the healing process might be shorter. So if they leave the pins in because of what happened, then it's going to take a little longer.
Coach Hardaway, what was your biggest takeaway from this regular season?
The biggest takeaway is it doesn't matter who you have suit up for your team. As long as you go fight, you can beat anybody. And the guys' next man up mentality, they showed up every game. We gave a lot of games away. I feel like the game at UCF, the game at home when we missed the free throws against Tulane. Actually, the game today, in my mind, we had a 5-point lead and just couldn't bring it home. it's just, learning experiences that hopefully we'll take to the tournament, and then we'll overcome those. And we know what's at stake. We know who's coming. We know their team. They know our team. It's just going to be the battle of the toughest this week.